Hi, and welcome to the Bachelor Breakdown, Week 3, where we break down the most memorable Bachelor moments of the week. Let's get right down to business with our cringe-worthy moment of the week. Now, this week, the thing that had me hiding behind my pillow and hoping that it would stop was obviously, Brad and Ashley. It was just, horrible.
But did you know that when it snows, my eyes become large and the light that you shine can be seen? Okay, hold it. We can do better than that.
That was nerve-wracking.
That was nerve-wracking.
1, 2.
Baby, I compare you to a kiss from a rose on the grave. Ooh, the more I get of you, the stranger it feels, yeah. You know, that's dreadful.
Wow. Anyone brave enough to sing that horribly on national TV definitely deserves a rose. So kudos to you, Ashley. Now, this week there was a lot of kissing, a lot of crying, but mostly there were just a lot of girls with daddy issues.
My dad passed away. He had a brain aneurysm that hemorrhaged out. And then he never woke up.
She said, your dad passed away in February.
My parents, they're not together anymore.
Okay.
My dad was unfaithful, and my dad came to me and was like, "Oh, you have a little sister."
The only thing that I could keep thinking is, how does he keep all these stories straight? I'd be so confused. I'd have to stop in the middle and be like, are you the one whose dad died? Or did your dad leave you? Or what happened with your dad? I don't know. Anyway, now let's be honest. The real highlight of the week this week, and I know a lot of you have been talking about her, was Firework Girl.
My first kiss will be a real kiss. I don't want it to be like some scripted thing. When I kiss Brad, I'm gonna give him like sensual, sexy, slippery kiss. Fireworks are gonna be going off in the back. I wanted to kiss him and achieved everything I wanted to do.
I tell you what, that girl sure has a soft spot for pyrotechnics. It makes me wonder if she'd want her wedding day to be on the 4th of July. Now it's time to talk about one of my favorite girls on the show, and that is Freaky Vampire Chick. Now, I know a lot of you probably been watching throughout the weeks. She's totally psycho, totally strange. She licks her teeth in this weird way. But this week I was so surprised because Freaky Vampire Chick turned into Madison with, the vampire chick with the heart of gold. So this week she ended up bearing her soul and her teeth.
It's easier to show the fun sides of myself rather than maybe the real sides of myself.
Well, what is the side that you want someone to meet, if you don't mind me asking? Not to take out your fangs. I like the fangs.
It's just, I owe you where my mind's at, I wouldn't feel right tomorrow if I were here and I knew that a girl went home who put her everything on the line and had her heart on the line for you. So I would rather go home tonight. It's my fault. Things may have worked out very differently if I had come in and shown all my cards and been the real me from the very beginning. And by the time I realized that, it was too late.
See, now if she didn't totally creep me out with all that vampire stuff, she could have been a really cool chick. Oh well. Of course, this week wouldn't be complete without its love stories, and my favorite, of course, as you all know, is Emily, and this week Brad had an awesome date with Emily.
It means the world to me that you told me everything you did. And your daughter, I love it. Emily, will you accept this rose, please?
Absolutely. Give me that daggone rose.
the way I'm feeling right now is the way people feel when they begin a future with somebody. I can see Emily being the woman that I want to spend my life with. Perfect day.
I can really see a spark between the two of them, and I hope it continues. I know a lot of you probably have your favorites, but she's my favorite for now, but we'll see. Anyway, can I just say that how impressed I was with Brad this week? He totally opened up and had his therapist come. I mean, that was amazing. What guy do you know has a therapist that comes? That's kind of cool. It showed a lot of humility and willingness to change and grow, and I thought that is just the perfect thing for a guy that's, wanting to look for the woman of his dreams. And I mean, if I were that woman, I'd be totally impressed.
Jamie Green is my therapist while I'm in LA. He's helping me every step along the way. Hey, how are you, Jamie? I'll admit, I'm always going to need to work on myself. I just am. And I think that's a healthy thing to admit.
But you got to also understand that what can you bring to that date that brings out the amazing qualities in that woman, because you want to see those qualities.
Yeah, I do.
You don't allow them the time they need to show you who they are.
Okay, that's a great point. Another time that I felt so good, yesterday, Emily's date. Very romantic date. We went to a winery in the middle of a vineyard, had a great time. She had, I don't know, told me some really intimate details about her life, which I appreciated.
Yeah.
And I listened to every single word, hung on to every single word, and walked away from there feeling an intense connection with her. Intense connection with her.
Bingo.
And without further ado, this brings us to my favorite segment, dun, 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 the Train Wreck of the Week Award. And that has to, hands down, go to Michelle. I mean, anyone with eyes would know that. There were so many little clips to choose from. It was astounding to me. It would have been like a whole 2-hour segment in and of itself. But here are some of my favorites.
The card says love hurts, but what really hurts is being on this weird date with all these other women. And we've got like ninjas jumping out of the place. I would really love it if some of these ninjas would just kidnap some of these other girls, throw a bag over their head and take them off and just haul them to like the desert. I definitely think there needs to be like a closing scene of me just drop kicking Chantal. But it doesn't really matter because in the end, I'm going to be the one that ends up with Brad anyway, so soon enough it will be over and they will be gone and it will just be me and Brad in Tahiti practicing making babies. These girls are not right for Brad. I'm not going to lie, I hate them.
I hate them. I love how she does that cool dip my hair in the water thing. That's just really cool. Anyway, that's it for this week. I hope you guys have enjoyed it, and feel free to comment. I love your comments. We'll keep the questions coming, keep the conversation coming, and we'll see you next week.